Good day, Deep in Word family. Welcome to day 106 of our Bible study review. Today we are closing out the book of 1 Kings, and the chapter review for today is 21 through 22. Chapter 21 opens up with a man named Naboth. This is a man who has a vineyard, and King Ahab wants this vineyard for himself. And so King Ahab approaches him and he says, "Let me purchase this vineyard from you, and I'll give you a different one." King Ahab is like, "I want this one because it's close to my dwelling place." And the man says, "Far be it from me if I give the inheritance of my family over to you." The estate of a family inheritance was supposed to remain in their family and also remain within their own tribe. So King Ahab goes back home and he's got his tail between his legs and he's crying to his wife Jezebel. And she's like, "Don't you know that you're king? You don't have to pay for anybody's field." And she conspires to have this innocent man killed. And Ahab takes over this vineyard. So the prophet Elijah confronts Ahab about what he's done. He speaks on behalf of Yahuwah, and this is what he says. "Have you killed and also taken possession? And you shall speak to him, saying, Thus says Yahuwah, in the place where dogs licked the blood of Naboth, dogs will lick your blood." He also tells him, "I will make your house like the house of Jeroboam and the house of Baasha." Yahuwah also speaks through the prophet Elijah concerning Jezebel. He says, "Jezebel will be eaten by dogs by the wall of Jezreel." Let's finish out the chapter reading verses 27 through 28. When Ahab heard these words, he tore his clothes and put on sackcloth on his flesh, and fasted and lay in sackcloth and walked meekly. The word of Yahuwah came to Elijah the Tishbite, saying, "See how Ahab humbles himself before me? Because he humbles himself before me, I will not bring the disaster during his lifetime, but during his son's lifetime I will bring disaster on his household." Chapter 22 opens up and we see that for 3 years there is peace between King Aram and King Ahab. But then King Ahab has a problem. He says that there's a part of his territory that the king of Aram possesses. And while Jehoshaphat, who is the king of the southern territory of Judah, he comes up to visit the king of Israel. And Ahab asks him, he says, "Will you go up to war with me against king of Aram so that I may retrieve what is rightfully mine?" And Jehoshaphat, he agrees to it. But he asks first, "Can we seek the word of Yahuwah through the prophets?" So King Ahab brings all of his prophets and they all prophesy a good report. "Go up," Yahuwah says, "everything will be delivered into your hands." And something's not sitting right in the spirit of Jehoshaphat. And he says, "Is there not one more prophet?" And King Ahab tells him, he goes, "There is one more, but I hate what he prophesies because he never prophesies anything good concerning me." Y'all, there are plenty of people who just want to hear what they want to hear, and they would rather hear a lie than the truth. This is the condition of the modern day body of Christ. I don't know about you, but I'd rather somebody tell me straight up, just like it is. I'd rather be rebuked now than be rebuked by the king. And so the true prophet who prophesies the absolute truth, he says, "If you go up against King Aram, you will not return." And so King Ahab has this prophet seized, puts him in prison, and he says, "Place him there until I return back safely." And Micaiah is not fazed. He says, "If you return safely, then the word of Yahuwah has not spoken through me." King Ahab does not take heed of the advice of Micaiah, the true prophet. So he goes up to war against King Aram, him and Jehoshaphat, the southern king of Judah. But King Aram says, "Do not fight any of the common soldiers. Only seek out the king." And so Ahab, he goes and disguises himself. And all of the soldiers, they look at Jehoshaphat and they capture him, but they realize he is not the king of Israel. So they let him go. Although King Ahab is disguised, a random arrow that is shot through the air hits him through his armor and causes him to bleed out in his chariot. Then there was a command for everyone to return back to their homes. And so the chariot of Ahab was brought back to his place. And we see that the word of Yahuwah is fulfilled. The dogs lick up the blood of King Ahab. After King Ahab dies, his son Ahaziah reigns in his place. Then it goes into detail about King Jehoshaphat, right? Because there's not much history on him as of yet. He is the son of King Asa. Asa was a good king. And it says that Jehoshaphat followed in his father's footsteps. He's also recorded as a good king. After he dies, his son Jehoram reigns in his place. And the chapter ends telling us about the son of King Ahab, Ahaziah, that he is an evil king, much like his father. He reigns for 2 years. He doesn't last long because he's violating the covenant. He's serving the Baals. Congratulations, Deep in Word family. You have now finished another book. I'll see you tomorrow for the opening of 2 Kings. Until then, Yah bless.